Most people try to build their personal brand online and they fail. Not because they lack talent and not because they don't have valuable experience, but because they are missing one thing, which is clarity. They don't know what to say, who to say it to, or which platform to say it. So, what do? They post randomly. Today, they can post a career tip. Tomorrow, it's a motivational quote. Next tomorrow is a random personal story. Just different things altogether in their bid to build a personal brand. And after months of posting, nothing happens. No audience, no influence, no opportunities. But over the last few years, working with clients and building my own personal brand, I have discovered that every successful personal brand follows a simple structure. Can I take that again? Every successful personal brand you find on the internet follows a simple structure. And for myself and my student, I use a structure or a framework that I call the MAP framework. Today in this video, I'm giving you that framework free. Because once you understand this framework, you will never feel confused about what to post online again, never feel confused about how to show up in a way that you will attract the kind of opportunities that you want to attract. And here is the interesting part. Most people focus on the third step in this framework first, and that's exactly why they keep struggling. I will explain all of that in a minute, so stay with me. If this is your first time seeing my face on YouTube, my name is Olalikon Ajayi and I'm a ghostwriter and personal branding strategist. And on this channel, I teach you how to build impact, influence, and income writing on the internet. If that sounds like what you want to do, consider subscribing to my channel. This video and other videos like this one will help you achieve that aim. Now guys, let's break down the framework. The framework is called MAP, M-A-P, and just like the real map helps you to navigate a journey. How many of you have ever wanted to travel to a place you didn't know before? You're likely going to turn on your Google map so that it will guide you to where you're going. This framework will help you navigate building your personal brand online. And what does MAP stands for? The M stands for message, the A is for audience, and the P is for platforms. If you get these three things right, everything else becomes easy from that point going forward, and your content also will become clearer. People will get you in a jiffy, and then your audience begins to grow. Opportunities begin to find you without much stress. So let's start with the most important piece in this framework, M, which is for your message. At the heart of every strong personal brand is a clear message. Think of any personality who has built a strong digital footprint and immediately something comes to your mind. When you think of Seth Godin, what comes to your mind? Marketing. So your message is simply the value you bring to the world through your ideas, your experiences, and your expertise. And your message can come from four places. The first one is your experiences. The things that you have gone through in life can form the basis of your personal brand. The lessons you have learned, the challenges you have faced and you have successfully overcome. Sometimes the things you struggle with the most becomes the things that you teach people the best. So meaning some of your failures and some of the negative experiences you've gone through, they're actually not a waste. They can become the bedrock of your personal brand. Second, your knowledge. What have you spent years learning about? It could be your career. It could actually be your field of study. I studied mass communication. I can actually begin to teach communication. Your professional expertise. The knowledge is valuable to someone who is a few steps behind you. And what that means is you don't need to know everything. You just need to know something more than the people that will listen to you. The third thing that can actually form your message is your skills. What can you actually do better than a lot of people? It could also be communication. So maybe you are good at, let's say, communication, let's say marketing, maybe you're good at writing, you're good at design, maybe web design, graphics design, you're good at finance. You see a lot of people online who are personal finance coaches. It could be leadership. Those skills can become the foundation of the message that your personal brand is built around. And the fourth one is your passion. What are you naturally passionate about? And that can be the art of your personal brand. What topics do you naturally enjoy talking about? The things you could talk about for hours and never get tired, even if nobody was going to pay you. That could be the basis of your personal brand. When your message sits at the intersection of your experience, your knowledge, your skills, and passion, something powerful happens. Your content stops feeling like you're forcing yourself, and people start paying attention to the things that you say. There's one simple exercise that I use with my clients to discover their message in less than 5 minutes. I'll show you that exercise before the end of this video, so stay with me. But here's the thing. Even with a powerful message, many people will still struggle because they make the next mistake that I want to help you avoid in this video. What's the mistake? They try to speak to everyone, and that brings us to the second part of the MAP framework. The A is for audience. The audience is the group of people who need your message the most, because your message is not for everybody. If you try to speak to everybody, you speak to nobody. And one of the biggest myths about personal branding is that you need to reach millions of people. There are over 8 billion people in the world. You just need a few thousand of them. So you don't need to reach millions of people. You just need to reach the right people. Because when the right people hear the right message, everything changes. Like, I hope this is the right message for you at this point. Your content suddenly becomes very relevant. Your audience feels like you understand them because you're speaking from a place of experience, and your writing becomes more powerful. For example, if your message is about overcoming career burnout, like I did in 2020, your audience might be young professionals working high-stress jobs, like I was working also until 2019. If your expertise is copywriting, your audience might be business owners who want better marketing results, who want to sell more of their products. Your message naturally points towards your audience. But here is the key principle. The more specific you are about who your audience are, the stronger your personal brand becomes. Not weaker, but stronger. Because when people read your content and they think, wow, this person understands exactly what I am currently going through, that is when they will decide to follow you or to subscribe. That is when they trust you. And eventually, that's when they decide to work with you. But even if you have the perfect message and you have the perfect audience, there is still a final piece. None of those two will matter if they never get to see your content. And that leads me to the final piece of the MAP framework. The P is for platforms. And what are platforms? Platforms are simply the bridge that connects your message with your audience. These are the places where your ideas will live on the internet. For example, platforms can be LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, now known as X, even though we'll still call it Twitter, blogs, email newsletters, and you could decide that you want to actually go for podcasts. Each platform has its own unique strength. For example, LinkedIn is powerful for professional authority. If you're trying to build authority as a career person or in business, then you should be on LinkedIn. YouTube is powerful for education and search engine discovery. Email newsletter, on the other hand, they are powerful for building deeper relationship with your audience. But even if you get your message and audience right, one mistake on the platform side can completely slow down your growth. Let me show you what the mistake is. The mistake is trying to be everywhere at once. And how many times do I see people make this mistake? Today they are on LinkedIn, tomorrow it is Twitter, tomorrow it is Instagram, the next day it's TikTok, and eventually they burn out. So instead, choose one or two platforms where your audience already spends time. Then focus your energy there, master the platform and how to create content on the platform. Because consistency beats being present everywhere. And once your message reaches the right audience on the right platform, your personal brand starts to grow naturally. That's how I have grown over 40k followers online and made several thousands of dollars through my personal brand. So let's quickly recap the MAP framework. M is message. What valuable idea or expertise do you bring to the world that will make them listen to you? A, audience. Who specifically needs that message? And the P is platform. Where can you reach this specific audience consistently? When these three things align, your content becomes clear as daylight, your audience becomes engaged, and your personal brand becomes powerful. So this is a simple exercise I want you to do right after watching this video. Very simple exercise. Open your notes app or a book and write down these three things. Number one, your message. What do you want to be known for? What exactly do you want people to think every time your name comes to mind? Number two, your audience. Who specifically do you feel you're more equipped to help? And then number three, your platform. Where will you consistently show up? Like I said, just one or two platforms. Guys, that is your map. Once you have built that clarity, building your personal brand becomes very much easier going forward. And if you want to do a deeper dive into this framework, I actually created a full guide called Writing for Impact, Influence, and Income. It walks you through how to refine your message, find your audience, and use writing to build authority online. If you want the link to this guide, leave me a comment and I will send the link to you. And if you want to work with me personally to help you nail down these three things, then leave me your email and I will send you a mail as soon as I get your message. And if this video helped you think more clearly about your personal brand, I'd like you to like this video and let me know in the comments what exactly you learned from this video. Which part of the MAP framework do you need most clarity on right now, or do you want me to actually create other videos on? Is it the message, is it the audience, or is it the platform? I'd love to know. Thank you for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. But in the meantime, I want you to stay legendary. Peace.